Ladies and gentlemen, it is my prayer and hope that this video is going to find you when you're doing fine and in good health. I'm also doing fine at this peripheral end, so let me know where you're watching this video from, which continent, which country, and how is the situation over there. From the Middle East, things are so calm and we are doing fine. So guys, I want to speak to a drama that was littered into this YouTube street. And this drama brought in the iam-marwa, the Mogesi and Anesto, plus the cohorts. Majority of people have spoken to it, but I want to separate the same video into three parts because there are three fundamental things that I captured into those videos, three parts of it. Then you will understand. I just want to do justice to this video because this is an issue or matters crime, and I substantially believe that iam-marwa must go ahead and press charges and apprehend the thugs and the criminals that are being exposed into this on this video. I still believe that nobody in their sane mind could not come in here and ignore what the Mogesis did, because from the video itself you can clearly see that it was premeditated attack. It was something that was pre-planned to cause mayhem and ambush. Some people might start asking, but we saw the plantation that was run off by the vehicle. Those are the accidents. What will you do? What do you always do when the accident happens? Do you lay attack? But what happened in the video itself was a premeditated attack. That other people were also ready with a camera, ready to record it for their malicious action. Therefore, I still believe there was a law that was broken. So guys, in this video, we want to look onto that video alone, the 3-minute video that Mogesi and Anesto posted. Secondly, we also want to identify the possible area into the law that these people negated. Secondly, whether iam-marwa treated that kind of confrontation so well or not is nothing near here or there, because we get at the malice. Such kind of situation happening, we get at the malice. Who stand to benefit from such kind of confrontation? Majority of people went and avoided these three parts. Instead of looking at what was happening, they decided to look at the basic demeanor of iam-marwa. Why are you looking at the basic of demeanor of iam-marwa, the person who is on a self-defense? It matters low. The naysayers will come, Zach is simping. No, let me say in matters saying the truth. Let me say in matters just pontificating what law says about it. Guys, going forward, those are the things that we want to delve into. So if you're coming across this channel for the very first time and this video, kindly click on the notification bell so that whenever I upload a video, YouTube shall notify you instantly. To my little subscriber, may God bless you abundantly. So let's dive in straight away, lest we forget. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my YouTube chit chat. My name is Zach and this is my YouTube channel. So guys, let's dive straight away lest we forget. The story is being told that when Dim Wango purchased a land, the brother iam-marwa decided to help him, and the materials were being ferried to Dim Wango's side. And what we know, once somebody sold you the land itself and the parcel itself cannot exist in a vacuum. What do I mean? There must be a road that leading you to that parcel of land. So the road was created. It doesn't matter whether it was created to whom, so long as it was demarcated as a footpath and as a road. Therefore, into a government's document, the road itself is mapped, and that alone puts that demarcation as part and parcels of a government road. It doesn't matter whether it's being tarmacked or not tarmacked, or it's all-weathers road. So whatever Mogesi and the cohorts decided to implore was not making sense at all. I don't want to delve into that issues too much. The only thing that I want you to know that this alone was a premeditated attack. We can say it was an assault as well. I will crown it with this video perhaps so that you can watch and you see it yourself. So let's dive in straight away.
Bro, Peter in a good manners, bro. Respect villagers. Respect villagers. Hakuna. Kuna baadhi ya vitu zenye inafaa. Angalia. This nonsense. Guys, this nonsense. Ona. This nonsense. This nonsense. Stupidity. Hakuna. Hakuna.
Unajua anaongea ujinga. Anaongea ujinga.
Hakuna. Pita pole pole bro. Pita pole pole. Pita pole pole. Gonga hii.
Unaonyesha meno hakuna.
Gonga hii.
So guys, as I told you that the 3-minute video that was posted by Anesto and Mogesi, I will separate them into 3 segments. So this is the first segment that you've just watched. The simple question, what have you just watched? There's a drama. You watch when people were already organized themselves, that the road was blocked. The question that somebody might ask, why was the road being blocked? There's nothing that happened before, because iam-marwa reached there with a lorry and already the road was blocked. Which is these people for quite substantial number of times, they've come in here and vexed and saying that they will never allow for iam-marwa to pass there with a lorry. It doesn't matter whether it's road or no road. You can remember when Gintu went to Anesto father, even Gintu himself told, you know, you have to give land, and this land now belongs to the government. So why was the Mogesi and the Cahoots and the family, I call them the village thugs, blocking that kind of road? That is a crime in itself, because you cannot block somebody from passing a government road. Well, from that video alone, you've seen Mogesi came in ready for war, because by that time when it was happening, Mogesi was not there. There were the parents. Mogesi was just given a tip off. He came ready, prepared, and he confronted the driver. By the time he was confronted the driver, you could see besides the iam-marwa, the Ankomo, and Gitiriba was just sitting calm, patiently waiting, because the issue that was, it was a confrontation between driver and these people. They were saying the driver has destroyed the garden plantation. Therefore, that one was not iam-marwa's issue. It was the issue between the driver and the Mogesi's family. They sorted it out. For example, if you hire or acquire the services of a lorry for other things to be transferred from particular A to Z, when a lorry involved in an accident, that is none of your business, because the lorry themselves, quietly, most of them are insured. So it was the issue between them. That's why you saw iam-marwa and the Gitiriba took a back so that they can solve. The question that majority of people can ask now, why was iam-marwa getting into this kind of confrontation? The issue itself was done, but Mogesi came in ready, prepared for war. And that's why you are saying Mogesi is telling the driver, this is stupidity, you must obey the villagers. And Mogesi, using his motorcycle, decided to block the road. Then the hell broke loose, because iam-marwa asked him the question going forward. Perhaps, guys, if you don't understand, let's introduce the second segment, then you will understand what really transpiring at the better part of this video.
There is no akuranja government hapa.
Hii barabara. Wewe. Kaza kufunga hata wewe.
What we call law. Kuna kitu inaitwa sheria.
Kwanza kutoka India. 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 Hata bado betona ba moratori.
Jina fai piti.
Hata betona ba moratori. Hata betona ba moratori. Gotebiri.
Unaante bia nuka mohunu.
Mimi mzee na kuheshimu. Wewe kalia
pita hapa.
Mzee na kuheshimu.
Kuna njina pita hapa.
Nakuongelesha. Mzee nakuongelesha.
Tevi Marwa akemura. Kuna njina pita hapa. Hata wewe unajua mimi sijaongea vibaya.
Hata betona ba moratori.
Kuna njina pita hapa.
Wana huko hata. Wana huko hata. Huko hata wewe. Hayo huko hata.
Okay.
Wana huko hata.
Angalia kama zile nini zinakanyoka vizuri.
Unapita wapi?
Angalia kama zile nini zile doza alvege.
Hii kamera haiendi popote pale. Leo iko mbaya mbaya. Foto na raha.
Pesa.
Foto na raha. Marwa.
Achana muruna. Shika aje mu.
Mungu moja yendi popote. Mungu moja mlipo.
Tata mkitango atariento.
So guys, the second part of that video that you just watched is an introduction of the confrontation itself. Now Mogesi has decided to push his motorcycle to block the road so that the lorry could not pass. It is a crime. And Mogesi is now exhibiting his ignorance publicly, that saying that it's not a government road. That is a government road. Things that even the naysayer cannot fathom. They don't. That is a government road because you've sold the land. People are owning the title deed. The lands cannot exist in a vacuum. Therefore, the road that you created, it must be a parcel from your land to give these people particular kind of purchase so that they can access their homestead. So that land remains a government land. It was mapped. So Mogesi saying that there's no government road here, that is ignorance of the highest order exhibited. And these are the things that you see the naysayers are also obliviously aware or unaware. They take to be the truth. That is a government road. And you see, when Mogesi now decided that now the lorry is not passing, that's why iam-marwa had to confront Mogesi and ask Mogesi, if you're saying there's no road here, where do you pass? Where do you pass? Because you must be passing somewhere for you to access your land. Therefore, there must be road because you have already sold the land. From that point, you see Mogesi is now pushing his motorcycle across the road to block any kind of material being transferred from point A to point B to Dimwango's place. That's when the confrontation ensued. And iam-marwa said, because you don't know that, there's a government road here, I'm going to sue you. And you'll be taken to the prisons. There's nothing wrong if you remind somebody that you are doing a mistake, of which if I take an action, you'll be sued. And these people taking these things as a threat. It doesn't matter. All I care is you don't block people's road. You all see them when they started vexing. When Ankomo confronted themselves with Gintu, all they say that Ankomo was blocking the road. Ankomo never blocked the road. Ankomo was walking the other side of the road. Gintu is the one who came in and started causing mayhem and started filming. So the issue of Ankomo was not blocking the road. It was filming Uncle Smoke Gate and workers. Disturbance and being a nuisance. So this one alone, I'm telling you, is a crime. It was a deliberate attempt to block iam-marwa never to access their land. Therefore, you cannot block anybody never to access the land. Crime number 2. Are you there? That is crime number 2. The third segment will also introduce you to a scheme of always using the chaos that they premeditated. They wanted to monetize this kind of rage so that it works to their own advantage. So the third video itself, it's a kind of malicious kind of their premeditated act so that they can value in it. It's either they know whatever they wanted to do with it, and that's why the confrontation itself also ensued this kind of longer. Perhaps let's watch the third segment, then I will come and put everything into perspective as gist as far as is concerned.
There is no akunanja government hapa.
Hii barabara. Wewe. Kama kufunga hata wewe.
There is what we call law. Kuna kitu inaitwa sheria.
Kwanza kutoka India. Kwanza kutoka India. Kwanza kutoka India. Kwanza kutoka India. Kwanza kutoka India.
Jina fai pita.
Hata betona ba munatori. Hata betona ba munatori. Wote bili.
Unaambia nuka mbohunu.
Mimi mzee na kuheshimu.
Kuna jina pita hapa.
Mzee na kuheshimu.
Kuna jina pita hapa.
Kuongelesha. Mzee kuongelesha.
Tevi mara wake mura. Kuna jina pita hapa. Hata wewe unajua mimi sijaongea vibaya.
Hata betona ba munatori.
Kuna jina pita hapa.
Wana huko hata. Wana huko hata. Huko hata wewe. Hayo huko hata.
Maha. Pesa si hapo.
Okay.
Wana huko hata.
Angalia kama zile nini zimekanyaga vizuri.
Ona pita wapi?
Angalia kama zile nini. Zile donga alveje.
Hii kamera haiendi popote pale.
Pesa.
Na ulikuwa mbaya mbaya.
Pesa.
Foto na raha.
Pesa.
Foto na raha.
Marwa.
Achana muruna. Shika aje mu.
Mungu mmoja yeni popote. Mungu mmoja mlisto.
Tata mo kitango atiriento. Atamo kitango atiriento. Tango atiriento. Hakuna mura. Unajua natoka kwa sangapi? Unajua natoka kwa sangapi? Marwa. Unajua.
Marwa.
Kama wote mura wani ndio kamera yangu.
Maha unabuya.
Nataka kurikula tende. Nataka kurikula tende. Oi. Kamera yangu. Tanga kamera yangu.
Tamutiga.
Tanga kamera yangu.
Ni kuelekea.
So the third segment of video, it's quite clear, and you've just vividly watched Mogesi blocking the road. Now it was on a clear view. That's why I told you I needed to separate them so that you could see. You know, the next guy came in and decided to react. When they're reacting, all of them, they were watching the basic demeanor of iam-marwa and how iam-marwa was confronting Mogesi. They did that because their reaction itself is skewed negatively towards painting iam-marwa a picture that iam-marwa isn't. With me, I decided like to focus on the environment, people who are present in the environment, all the people basic demeanor, and look at the possible scenario and their behavior going forward. So now you see Mogesi. Mogesi came already prepared for the war. That's why I'm calling it was a premeditated, planned attack, choreographed, planned to unleash attack just to meet their specific narrative or objective. What was the objective? To paint iam-marwa so negative. Secondly, to block the road so that iam-marwa could not pass. Thirdly, it's on a revenge. Just you know, Mogesi and Anesto, all of them are chased from the villa. So they found the best part of a revenge. You know, so these people are looking at chaos. Any opportunity that they get, they want to maximize its use so that they monetize it for age. You know, they all know attention towards iam-marwa, all of them, it is money. And people have made quite substantial amount of views with this kind of videos. And I never wanted also to be left behind. So looking at that one, iam-marwa had to confront and defend themselves. And iam-marwa telling telling Mogesi, this is a public road. Where do you always pass? Mogesi, you will not block the road. What is the problem if iam-marwa comes in and tell Mogesi that you cannot block the road? And why was Mogesi blocking the road? If the land was sold and Dimang was told this is the path that you will be passing, what is the problem if these people passes that kind of road? Premeditated attack. The village thugs was being unleashed towards iam-marwa. Their own reaction, it's quite obtuse and skewed in a manner to the treatment of iam-marwa. Therefore, what broke loose, it was also malicious intent. The malicious intent, these people are recording what was happening. Anesto was recording, Mogesi was recording, and some villagers, they were handed over the phones to record what was happening. Why were they recording such kind of things if iam-marwa himself and Gitiriba and Ankom was there not recording? Their main recording was on malicious intent. Nobody doesn't want you to record. Okay, you record. Why were you recording? Things that were happening, iam-marwa was unaware. It's only at a point when iam-marwa was aware, then he decided that this camera is going nowhere. So what was iam-marwa doing? iam-marwa was protecting his image with quite obtuse kind of a narrative, so that this kind of images should never be circulated over here. I believe iam-marwa also told the Mogesi, if you decide to post that kind of photos, therefore you'll see, you'll be arrested. And that's why I'm saying there is looming arrest that the three village thugs, most of the two and the Anesto and the Mogesi, all of them must be apprehended because this is a looming arrest. The reasons why I'm telling you they must be apprehended, these people have broken two fundamental laws. It's a law and a penal code in our Kenyan constitution. And today I want to bring you at breast with it. You know, the other time when they tried to interfere with the Jamaican, the Kingston, the Trenchtown grandpa, I told them the same, that you guys, you're breaking the laws. If you take my picture in a moment that I'm weak, in a moment that cannot depict me so otherwise, you have got no moral authority to start circulating such kind of photos and pictures anywhere. If you do it, we look at the malicious intent of why you are recording or why you are in the possessions of such kind of materials going forward. So guys, before I delve into this matter and I start introducing you the reasons why I believe there is substantial ground for iam-marwa to go on and press charges on the two village thugs or even the three including their parents. Therefore, these are the laws that they were in breach on. So before we dive in, guys, take your moment, subscribe to my YouTube chit chat, click at the notification bell so that whenever I upload a video, YouTube shall notify you instantly. So let's dive in after the commercial break. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this YouTube chit chat. Once again, my name is Sinazak and this is my YouTube channel. So guys, I wanted to introduce you the reasons why I believe that Mogesi and the cohorts, the village thugs, were in for it because they were doing this one because of their malicious intent. They thought they would win. Then these things has backfired to them. If nobody has told them, therefore, this is the fact that I want to tell them. And I want to tell them this. And they must hear. And all along I'll be telling people that do not take any kind of a legal counsel or a legal advice from JT. Because JT podcast, that is a pod lies. Anytime you take that kind of an advice, you'll be sublimed. Or you'll go to oblivion. Because that's an advice. Because I watched JT, then I couldn't believe. So guys, before I come in and I watch and I give you the legal ramifications and the reasons why I believe Mogesi and Anesto should be apprehended and charges be pressed upon them forthwith, let's watch the JT vexations that were never making sense. Then I will come here and give you an absolute reasoning and absolute background why I still believe this was a crime. And Mogesi and Anesto must be arrested forthwith by iam-marwa. And iam-marwa must take action this time round. No playing.
And if you can see on that big screen, that is the face of Uncle Mo stretching the hand to grab a camera, and this is the uncle trying to help Mogesi. And you heard Marwa telling him, I swear to God, you uncircumcised boy. I swear to you, you uncircumcised boy. Mungu moja murisia. You see, I told you that there is nothing provocative, there is nothing really disgusting and so bad than calling a grown man uncircumcised. In our culture, it's almost like, tearing someone down. You're really telling them now, at this point, do what you want to do. Because now, that is the last of it. All right. Gunmo is there, and actually the camera captured him almost taking in. And you saw, there was a footage there that Gunmo was trying to block the road. I don't know for Mogesi or for Gintu. But all of these footage have been ignored. They've been ignored. At this moment now, someone is almost hurt. And I promise you, like Maro said, one of these days, somebody's going to get hurt. I don't know if these villagers are really waiting for someone to die so they can act. Trust me, if it goes like this, it was Gintu. They were trying to block. If it goes like this, one of these days, somebody's going to get hurt, like really bad, and it's going to be bad. So I don't know if they will come on camera and say it was the next day, we were trying to disagree, and unfortunately, this person lost life. Somebody's going to... Bro, this is not a job. I mean, if this thing was not recorded, people would be like, hey, Reactors are jealous. These people are really making noise like the shark waters in the house. JT's a rumor monger, just making noise. These reactors are too much. But now this thing was put on camera. Thank you, Mogesi.
So guys, you listen to JT, always focusing on things that are not important. So if you just take the old clip for just forensic analysis, and for just people who've just done criminology, when you're analyzing such kind of scenario, the background, then you don't focus on only single basic demeanor of other people. Now it's focusing that iam-marwa was grabbing a camera. It's not telling us the reasons why iam-marwa was grabbing the camera. What is the reason? iam-marwa was just being recorded secretly. Then he just came unaware that he was being recorded. Therefore, you cannot record somebody secretly. So that's the reasons why iam-marwa was grabbing the camera. It's allowed on a self-defense. That is pure law. What was it? Those people were very many because they were family. A crowd against 3 people. Gitiriba was calm, Akomo was calm. Until when they realized they are being recorded, it's when they came into action. They're on the other side. You mean the whole family, a group, the battalion of family against 3 individuals, which even at the scene of crime or at the scene of the incident or the situation itself was working advantage towards the Mogesi's family, not iam-marwa family. Therefore, who were at the point of the weakest? The iam-marwa, of course. Therefore, the only scenario of confrontation was to defend themselves. Nobody was assaulted yet, themselves were being humiliated and being assaulted. This is how skewed it is. That JT is focusing on looking at the basic demeanor of iam-marwa and Ankomo. There were no blows thrown. But with Mogesi, roadblocked. With Mogesi, use unprintable words and tags towards the iam-marwa. With Mogesi, it was premeditated attack. Grievous kind of sins and crimes that no one under this area would want to come and talk about. And now I'm helping you to break it down so that it's easily palatable. It's easily synthesized. And that's what you're seeing over here. So guys, if you listen to JT, that what was making JT so bad, it's like Mogesi was called a small boy. It simply means the uncircumcised one. You know, this is now what is now making JT so livid and so vexed that if you decide to call a Korean man to be an uncircumcised boy, therefore all will come loose. Well, I don't want to talk onto other people's culture. But you remember on this YouTube street at one moment, I came here when JT was on a spree spreading lies. With the full evidence, I exposed JT and AM Carol. So what followed next? I thought they would come here and rebuttal me using a concrete evidence or involve themselves in a constructive criticism. But they generated law to a culture. They brought in my community in. They started giving a story of a circumcision that I wasn't privy to. They brought it. Now, when one person belonging to the tribe is referred to that, JT hold a brief and becomes so livid, now waxing lyricals that are never making sense. But when Zach Senior was called that thing, JT joined AM Carol into praising Carol and also into spreading the very demeaning statement to my person. You know, they did it. So that is a double speak. This is a clear indication that JT lack any kind of wherewithal to come and give a fair analysis of what really happened. And imagine that the JT interpretation itself was a flop, because for those people who are speaking Korean language came and told JT, your interpretation was only looking for what iam-marwa was saying, not what the Mogesi and the fathers and the ground happened. And that's why your interpretation itself was a flop. I know it was done because your narrative with your audience is always obtuse to paint iam-marwa a picture that iam-marwa is not. Because it is the only stale narrative and a content that your audience will want to see. So you will come and parade your ignorance into this YouTube street so that your subscribers and audience will not blame you or won't abandon you. Guys, that being said, in connection of what JT say, is saying that this is a case and Mogesi should consider themselves going to police. I'm still asking myself, what really made them not going to police? And for a matter of fact, I just want to tell you this, I still believe iam-marwa could go to the police so these people could be arrested, because there are substantial ground that I believe the crime was committed by the Mogesis. And I want to tell you, in Kenya, posting a video of someone recorded without his or her consent on a social media could potentially contravene several laws, including there are up to 4, but 2 of them makes Mogesi and Anesto culpable of this heinous crime. So let me give you 4 of them, then I will give you the 2 last one, which Mogesi and Anesto in breach of. 1, we have Data Protection Act 2019. This law regulates the processing of a personal data, including images and videos. Recording and sharing someone's video without consent might violate their right to privacy. You know, that one. This one, maybe you're doing something on a secret way with the 2 of you, but with this one it was public, therefore that one is not here nor there. So this one is just to enlighten you about the laws in Kenya. Number 2, it was public, therefore that one is not here nor there. So this one is just to enlighten you about the laws in Kenya. Number 2, we have the Penal Code Cap 63. Section related to breach of peace, harassment, or invasion of privacy might apply depending on the context and the content of the video. You see? Depending on the content and the context of the video. So you are harassing somebody so that you record them. You are harassing somebody so that you make content. So it all comes with your intentional purpose. So with this Penal Code Cap 63, Mogesi and Anesto is that, because it was a premeditated attack. Mainly is for you to record a video to come and humiliate iam-marwa's family. Because if you provoke somebody, I will have to react. You provoke me, I will have to defend myself. So this one alone, this Penal Code Cap 63, section related to breach of peace, harassment, or invasion of privacy, that one is it. Number 3, we have Kenya Information and Communication Act. Kenya Information and Communication Act. This act might be relevant in the cases where the video is shared with malicious intent or causes harm. So what was the main reasons why this video was shared? Okay, you recorded, I have no problem. But what is the main reasons why this video was shared? The Kenya Communication and Information Act says that if you recorded someone and you share such kind of video to mainly cause harm or to their reputation detriment, that alone makes you culpable of committing a breach to this Kenyan law. I'm just giving you explicitly so that you understand. You know, these are the laws that exist in Kenya. And number 4, Cybercrime Act 2018. Depending on the nature of the video and the impact, this law could apply, especially if the video is shared with intent of harassment, intimidate, or harm. So what is it? The Mogesi, after capturing such kind of video, the videos, the reasons why they are sharing, it was to harass, it was to intimidate and to humiliate, because that is what they wanted to achieve in this video, and to portray an image that iam-marwa is not. Because you cannot come at the point of my weakness, you want to record me, you cannot come and provoke me thinking that I will ever be the same. At least Amara acted in confronting. It was me. I would just be remaining naked, fighting. If it was me, some people would have been oblivion, big time. So this is why I've been telling people, anybody who wants to take advice from JT, you'll be in for a real shock. And going forward, I expect Amarwa to go at least start an arrest. Don't tell them when, what you do, work in secrecy, make the 2 village thugs be apprehended and brought behind the bars. Guys, let me know what you think at the comment section. Until next time, this is Senior Zach.